Welcome to the channel, guys. It's Weedle, and today I'm going to talk about something a little different. Since we just finished maneuvers and it went okay, obviously you can see I got the new Clan Wars War tank. Um, it's not a bad. It's pretty easy for me to get these because I'm in one of the top clans on the NA server, so this isn't much of a hassle for me. But for a lot of players, this is something that is very difficult for them to get, and I know there are like third-party boost websites out there that will get you a Clan Wars reward tank. And I was curious, did anyone use it? And I went just looking through the list of players that, finished in the top 2100 on the NA server. At least I didn't check the EU. And just see if I could find any suspicious accounts. And I found a few, and they were all happened to be in the same clan. There was like 5 players that joined the campaign before it started, and left as soon as they got the tank. And they were not the best players, but also they were the only people in the clan that went get a tank, so that was kind of suspicious to me. um but this this is the boost websites that I'm referring to. This is one I just found in a Google search, and it looks pretty professional. It's got a little chat box here. They offer lots of different services. They play front lines for you, which is going on right now, which is also kind of funny that they will play the events for you as well. Some interesting things in here, like credit grinding. If you just really don't like playing the game, you can pay someone to play it for you. Which I don't know why anybody would do. Um, but yeah, I talked about maneuvers on the global map. Yeah, for $315, you can get someone to play your account for you for 2 weeks, and they will earn you a tank. Um, I, Here's my anger with this: is every time someone uses this service, there's someone that deserved to get the tank that didn't. And I actually blame wargaming more for that than the players using these services. I mean, it's easy to blame the services like this, but honestly, it's the game design that encourages it, which is why I blame wargaming. Uh, some other things on here: personal missions. Okay, so I'd love to hear in the comments below. But have you ever seen like tanks just turn sideways and get farmed, or drive up the one line on proc for no reason and get farmed out, and just one after another, and you're going, why are they doing that? Well, it very well could be because someone is trying to get light tank 15 done, gets 8,000 spotting, um, which isn't hard for good players. You'll have these games, pretty often when you get on a couple of maps. Congratulations. But for a lot of players, that's actually pretty difficult. These bounce missions are notorious for people kind of just rigging to get done. It's bounce 3 times your hit points and damage. This one right here, combine, done, dealt, blocked, um, 14,000. Those are really good games to have. And yeah, good players can do that. But, for most players, that's going to be really difficult. So Wargaming's created a scenario where players are rigging matches to get these missions done, or they're going to these third-party websites and they'll get a really good player to play for you. And, some people are saying, oh, maybe these missions, they're near impossible to do. Well, they're not. You can watch, there's Twitch streams of guys that are doing these missions all the time. And, those guys that are streaming are not unique players. There are a lot of good players in World of Tanks that can do these missions pretty easily. But for most of the player base, I would say 99 to 98% of them, of the player base, a lot of these missions are very difficult. And what's annoying is they know they had a solution with the Excalibur, over any number of battles, causing enemy damage to ramming. Some of these others are like receive a mastery badge first class. I, you know, you could have just made these longer, and you would eventually got a 9E. Just imagine if it just took players a year to grind all these out just because they're grinding missions. But you know what? They know they can do the missions because it's just you know get 15 ace takers or something. You eventually get them. But instead, their option is, get 3 aces in 10 battles or something like that. It's, well, Mastery Badge first classes. I think they nerfed it. It used to actually be ace tankers. Um, and I'll have sessions where I'll be able to do that, particularly in the tech tree tanks. But um, this actually, the fact that these missions have been around for so long and Wargaming refuses to just revise these missions, like, my gosh, these artillery missions, like, these things are terrible. And you know the total number damage caused and the damage caused to allied vehicles and spotting and tracked vehicles must be 8,000. Oh wait, that's the light tank one. Look at this. SPG 15 costs $50 to do. Finish the battle as the top player on both teams and experience earn. Enable your allies to cause at least 3,500 damage to enemy vehicles that are stunned or immobilized. You know what's fun about this one? They have recently buffed your consumables, so now they're on a shorter cooldown. And heck, most people I know, as soon as they're stunned, they hit their little med kit and they're not stunned anymore. So congratulations, you're not getting out of that. They're not staying tracked because already tracked them. This mission sucks for most players. And I would say a lot of times people are doing it by simply just rigging. They're like, oh, go here and I'll stun you, and then my enemy team can kill him. And I don't blame players for doing that when the mission is difficult. Luckily I think that mission I got done years ago, so that one wasn't a big problem. But yeah, this is one of the things that irritates me about this game is they refuse to revise this on this global map. Come up with new ways for players to get these tanks, new options. Like, I don't know, if you still had the global map, you could have let players grind out the tank over months instead of the 2 weeks. Like, good players can get it in 2 weeks and everyone else can grind it out in over months, and everyone's kind of happy there. But instead, they have encouraged people to go to websites like this when they can't get their reward tank. And every game has this, whether it's RuneScape, World of Warcraft, uh, War Thunder, it doesn't matter. There's these third-party websites that exist for every online game, but you can make your game better so people don't feel the need to go to these services. That's it for this one, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Like, how much do you think this is really hurting the game? I'm not criticizing players for going and, doing these missions and getting their tank unlocked for them because the missions were too hard. It. I blame the game design, and that encourages it. If you're not playing the game, if you're getting someone to grind credits for you, I don't think this is really probably hurting the game. But it's like, what are you doing? This really hurts players. They're trying to mark tanks. That's got to be really annoying. I don't know how big of a problem that is, but are they rigging matches to do this? I honestly, like, probably not. You can watch Twitch streamers like Dacky, 3 mark tanks all day. That's what he does, and he's not unique. There are a lot of guys that can do that, but this is certainly making it harder for everyone else. That's it. Let me know your thoughts on this. Have you ever seen these websites? Are you frustrated? Did you try to get a tank and not get one? I'd love to hear that. Um, are you encouraged to try to do Clan Wars again if you didn't get a tank? I'd like to hear that. Let me know your thoughts. I'd really like to hear it, and try to have fun in the game, guys.